In this video, we will learn about some vocabulary related to angles made by a transversal. In this figure, you can see we have three lines, a vertical and two horizontal lines. A transversal is the line that is in a group by itself. This one here is the only one that is going up and down, so we call it the transversal. You can see there are 8 angles labeled 9 through 16. And we will find these different relationships with these angles. Let's start with alternate exterior angles. The word alternate means the opposite and exterior means outside. So we are looking for an angle pair that is on the opposite sides of this transversal, and exterior means that they are going to be outside these two horizontal lines. So we can see 9 and 16 as a pair. And we can also see 13 and 12 as a pair. They are outside the two horizontal lines and on the opposite sides of the transversal. Now for alternate interior angles, alternate again means the opposite sides of the transversal and interior means inside of those horizontal lines. We see angle 10 is inside the horizontal lines. Angle 15 is also inside the horizontal lines, and they both are on opposite sides of the transversal. So 10 and 15 are alternate interior angles. Similarly, angle 14 and angle 11 are also going to be alternate interior angles as they are inside and opposite. Now talking about corresponding angles, corresponding means that the angles are on the same position on the graph. So if you look at angle 9, it is in the upper left-hand corner of the intersection marked with blue. Think it as a street where the transversal meets the horizontal line. The other angle that is at the upper left-hand corner but coming from this intersection would be angle 11. So one pair of corresponding angles would be 9 and 11. Now angle 13 is at the upper right-hand corner of the top intersection. Angle 15 is at the upper right-hand corner of the bottom intersection. So 13 and 15 would be our second pair. And if we look for angles at the lower left-hand corner, we would have 10 and 12 as our other set of corresponding angles. Our last corresponding pair of angles would be 14 and 16. They are at the bottom right. Next is the consecutive interior angles. Here also interior means inside the horizontal lines. So these can be angles 10, 11, 14 or 15. And consecutive means that these are next to each other. That means they are not alternate or on the opposite side, but on the same side of the transversal. So for angle 10, the angle on the same side of the transversal would be angle 11. So these two are consecutive interior angles as well as 14 and 15. Now if you look at angle 13 and 14, 13 is an exterior and 14 is an interior angle. But notice how they are adjacent. They share a side and the side that they don't share make a straight line. And we know that these types of angles are called supplementary angles or linear pairs. So we can write these as a linear pair. And lastly, we have angle 12 and 15. Well, these two share a vertex. They don't share any side. They look congruent and are mirror images of each other. We call them vertically opposite angles. This concludes our video.